Hey, and welcome to another episode of Coffeepot Cocktails. And today, being our first episode, we thought I'd go back to the beginning as to when this first all came about, as making batch cocktails. And the first one that I recall ever making was based on a Cosmopolitan. I was making Cosmopolitans for my wife and her friends and my family, and it got a little bit time consuming to continuously mix up these cocktails for them. So I decided to, at that time, to make a pitcher. Put it together, put it on ice, and leave it out there for them. My mother-in-law, we'll just call Mom, basically enjoyed them immensely, let's just say. And not really being familiar with the term cosmopolitan, she, after consuming a few of these, decided to get up out of her chair and immediately fell back in. And from that time on, she referred to this as my 1-2 punch. So in honor of Mom, we're putting this together tonight, the 1-2 punch Cosmopolitan. Basically, we're using the same ingredients as a Cosmopolitan would, and we're looking at vodka. Tonight we're actually using Tito's. And if you're not familiar with Tito's, it is made out of Texas. It's based on corn. And right now, probably one of the leading vodkas being sold in the world, beating out Smirnoff at this point in time. We're going to be using cranberry. Any cranberry juice will do. We typically would have something that's a little less in sugar, but we don't. You can use fresh lime juice, but we, for time's sake, we do use some bottled lime juice. This particular one actually has some reduced sugar levels in it, so we use that. Most Cosmopolitans would have triple sec in it. We ran out of triple sec, so we're actually using Cointreau tonight, and that actually will give it a little bit more classy appeal there in our coffee pot. So we got our coffee pot out, and as with most cocktails, everything is either measured in ounces or in parts. I tend to convert things to parts because it makes it easier for me to go large scale. So right off the top, we're going to go with our vodka, and for this concoction here, we're going with 4 parts, each part being 1/4 cup. So we're adding in 1 cup of vodka. Feeling a little bit like Walter White here in my camper, putting together these cocktails. If you don't know who Walter White is, Google it. And if you can't figure out that from that, try Heisenberg. Cranberry juice, again 4 parts, so we're looking at adding in 1 cup of cranberry juice. If you're a little off on this, no big deal. It's kind of like the Rachel Ray way of mixing cocktails. A little extra here and there doesn't really matter. So we got that in there. 2 parts of lime juice. So that we're looking at 1/2 cup of lime. Now, cranberry juice, just to back up just a little bit, it's a little bit more cranberry juice than what you would normally see in a Cosmopolitan. Many people just like a little shade of pink. It's almost like if they're taking an eyedropper of cranberry juice and putting it in there. We put a little bit more in there to give it that punch appeal, so to speak. And with the Cointreau, we're going with 1/4 cup. Oh, that's not enough. All right, so there's our Cointreau. Obviously, in the camper here, we're going to break out the wooden spoon. Unlike Walter White, we don't have to wear hazmat suits, but we're putting this and stirring this together, mixing it up really well. And at this point, we're actually ready to serve. And so let me get a couple of chill glasses that we have in the fridge. This is our kitchen and dining room and living room. So let me get the chill glasses. I'm going to pour a little bit for me and a bit for my lovely camera person. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. Busy weekend, of course. You got Wimbledon finals coming through. You have the All-Star break for baseball. Oh, World's Cup. That's coming up too. So everybody enjoy the rest of the weekend. Don't get too crazy on 1-2 punch. You will feel the effects. And I hope you enjoy all. Bye now.